Welcome, you have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be Wonka. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, let's get into it. So let's go over the cast. Timothy Chalamet plays as Willy Wonka, young Willy Wonka. Hugh Grant plays as the Oompa Loompa. Rowan Atkinson plays as the priest. Matt Lucas plays as Protos. Matthew Banyant plays as Ficker Gruber. Kala Lane plays as Noodle. Keegan Michael Key plays as the Chief of Police. Patterson Joseph plays as Slugworth. Olivia Colvin plays as Mrs. Scrubbert. And Tom Davis plays as Bleacher. Then it was a bunch of co-cast. So if you into the Willy Wonka, the original played by Gene Hackman, was a classic. You know, a lot of us grew up on watching Willy Wonka, you know, and seeing those of us grew up even wanting to go to the chocolate factory. But the taste of the like the gobstopper was like the main candy back then. The taste of the candy wasn't really that great, but we all liked the golden ticket and everything, the whole thing, rags to riches. The poor kid got the golden ticket, the last golden ticket, and he was able to survive, be the lasting kid, and bring his family out of poverty. So we all like that. That's the original plot of the original. Then you had a remake with Johnny Depp. This is the prequel to see where it all started from. And I thought that the original Willy Wonka, he came from wealth, like he inherited. But this story tells you different. So it starts off with Willy Wonka being on the sea, out to sea, traveling the world. So he's coming to this town where his mom told him where the best chocolate is made at, and he's pretty much like a magical magician. And so he's coming to show this town that he makes the best chocolate in the world, because his chocolate ingredients come from different parts of the world. However, he's met with the people who run the chocolate and got a big chocolate distribution. Of course, they're not gonna let him just come in and just take over. So of course, throughout the whole movie, they're plotting against him to not allow his chocolate to go through. So his first night there, he runs out of money, paying for different things and giving money to the poor, and he needs a place to stay. That's where he runs into Bleacher, who pretty much told him, hey, I know where you can stay at. And when he arrives, he sees Mrs. Scrubbert. Now, Mrs. Scrubbert runs like a laundry business, and she'll get you to sign your life away pretty much to work for free, and you become captive at her place because you don't read the fine print. You find out that Willy Wonka doesn't know how to read, so you introduced to a little girl there. She's probably like a teenager named Noodle. She tries to warn Willy, do not read the fine print. Willy can't read. He just go off of the spirit of people. If they good, he trusts them. So he instantly find out that what he was up against. So the movie takes off, and pretty much it's a musical, but with storyline. So you pretty much can go along with it. It's not the worst musical. It goes along with the story, and then you're in the spirit. It's not a Christmas movie, but it's around Christmas time, the spirit of Christmas, the singing and the magic or whatever. So nevertheless, back to the story. Willy has to figure out how to get his chocolate on the market and let the world see it. So he goes into the story of his mom basically taught him how to do the chocolate, but he didn't get the final ingredients. She made him one last bar of chocolate before she could tell him the final ingredients. And he just kept the bar of chocolate, he never opened it. She passed away, she got sick and passed away. And she told him that she would be with him when he finally get to show his chocolate to the world. So even though he had good things, the three men who Slugworth, Prognos and Fickelberg Gruber, they was running the chocolate, and so they pretty much were being head by Slugworth, doing everything possible to not let even Willy's chocolate get on the map. And so they sabotaged when he went to launch his store. They sabotaged him, and instantly Willy went in the dumps. Now, throughout this, Willy was telling Noodle, hey, there's an orange man with green hair I keep seeing that's eating up my chocolate. So she kept thinking he was, lying. But if he's paying attention, that's the Oompa Loompa. So the Oompa Loompa, he took coffee beans from them. And so ever since they took coffee beans from them, the Oompa Loompa been following Willy to get his payback, and he's been stealing his chocolate. So the Oompa Loompa is the introduction to the Oompa Loompa, how they connected with Willy Wonka. From there, they had one last stand because the three men that controlled the chocolate, they kept a ledger that basically showed all their bad deeds. You find out that Noodle, the little girl, is actually the inheritance of Slugworth's portion. Her dad was inheriting it, but he was in love. He got a woman pregnant, and the dad disappeared. The woman showed up with the baby needing help, and it made it look like Slugworth act like he was going to help, and pretty much took the baby, threw it down a mail sloop. That's how Mr. Scrubbit ended up getting the baby, Noodle, but he kept a ring, her dad's ring, the emblem. And so you find out Slugworth was a greaseball. But nevertheless, one last stance, they pit Noodle and Wonka into their vault of chocolate, and they was going to drown them pretty much. The Oompa Loompa, before they left out, Willy said, "This is my. I need you to give these candies to an orange man with green hair. He's gonna come and get it. This is for him." And so when they took the candy, they went and ate the candy, and then the Oompa Loompa King pretty much saved the day, let Willy and what's her name, Noodle out, and then of course they exposed the three goons, and the whole town looked at them as frauds. They got locked up. Willy took over, made his money, bought the castle, built it up, and it just, at the end, there's one post-credit scene right after the credits go up, pretty much showing what happens to the rest of the people that was in the movie. And Noodle pretty much met her mom. She thought her mom was died. Her mom was in a librarian, so Noodle ended up meeting her mom. And the rest of the cast ended up finding their way with their families. Wonka, of course, bought a castle and then built the Willy Wonka factory. But it shows him talking to the Oompa Loompa, pretty much saying, Oompa Loompa pretty much said, our debt is settled, so I'm going about my business. And Willy pretty much was like, well, I'm going to need to run a factory. I'm going to need a taste tester, and pretty much I need somebody that can run it. And so that's what bring the Oompa Loompa connected. And so that brought him on board to show Willy, giving him some taste tests. And that was pretty much the movie. So overall, it was definitely a decent movie. If you're into the whole Willy Wonka series, it's definitely a must watch. Out of my 4-star rating system, I give this movie a 3.5 out of 4 stars. Definitely a good watch, especially if you're into the whole Willy Wonka series. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.